Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and we're here with another, or what would you call it, episode, installment, I don't know, another live stream of what I'm basically making a new series here, Pokemon Home Viewer Trades. So if you have Pokemon Home, you can be involved in what's going on here today. I gotta tidy things up a little bit. I do have my code down here, and right, how am I doing this? The code down here. The QR code right down here. So you're able to send me friend requests here in Pokemon Home. And if you don't have Pokemon Home, you can download it. I think it's got to be for the Switch, as well as mobile devices as well. So the idea here, I wanted to try to stay relevant with everybody out there as far as Gen 8 goes, because I don't have a Switch myself, but I do have access to Pokemon Home. I can send Pokemon around, and you can send them into your Switch games. The idea came about where I have a whole bunch of extra Pokemon I send in from Pokemon Home, sometimes pretty decent stat ones, and maybe some rarities here and there. So I thought, instead of them just sitting in my Pokemon Home, taking up space, not doing anything for anybody, let's see if we can get some out to the folks out there that might be looking for them. Maybe for Pokedex entries, maybe for breeding purposes, what have you. Hello to Dazzling Shell 101EX. Welcome to our stream today. So the idea is kind of twofold for this. So I'm going to try once per month to try and breed up certain special Pokemon. As you can see here, we have a bunch of Shelbert of the Squirtle. When I say bunch, I mean 6. 6 remainders from the batch that I bred up previously. You can see the stats are pretty decent. Everything except attack are max stats. It's got some rare egg moves and the hidden ability. Rain Dish is the hidden ability, so it can heal up in a rainstorm. So the idea is for channel members, channel sponsors, at the start of every month, I'm going to aim to have a special members exclusive live stream where the first number of members that can come in and do a friend trade with me will get one of the specially bred Pokemon. And depending on how many members we wind up getting over time, I might increase that to maybe 2 streams, maybe 3, what have you. But I want to try to get as many channel members a chance to get one of these Pokemon as soon as possible. Now, after that's done, any remainders from the box that I breed up, I'm going to be doing what's kind of like this format here today, a free-for-all sort of thing. What we're going to do, not just yet, but the way it's going to go, I want to go into a room trade. I can set up a room trade. You can see the code to enter that room trade. And what this does is essentially... Oh, Mr. Sharkbite has broken the like button. Thanks for showing up and doing so once again as per usual. How's it going? Ask Dazzling Shell. Not too bad. A little busy today taking care of some of the Pokemon Go special research. But yeah, otherwise pretty good. How are you and everybody else doing today? So, when you open up a random trade room, anyone that has the code can jump into that trade room with me, and then we can each choose a Pokemon to trade out. So, once the members stream is done, the next maybe week or so, I'll be doing one of these public streams where the remainder of my Pokemon that I've bred will be given out randomly in these trade rooms. But I want to do another thing too, and I might incorporate this idea into the member streams. Once we do this trade, let's say there's 3 people in the trade room. My Squirtle will randomly go to one of the other 2, and then I think the other person randomly sends their Pokemon to me. When that happens, I want to see who that other person was and offer them a Pokemon of their choosing, if I have it, as a reciprocation, I guess. Something that they might need for their Pokedex or breeding, as I say. So, there is going to be a limitation, though. I can't guarantee legendaries, shinies, mythicals, stuff like that. Anything, essentially, that you need for a Pokedex, I want to be able to offer back, again, if I have it. You might be looking for regional forms, like, say, Alola forms, Galar forms. Maybe you can't get Unovan Stunfisk. If you're playing the Gen 8 games, you can only get the Galarian Stunfisk. I might have Unovan Stunfisk available. So, if you're looking for extra forms, you can ask, and I'll see if I have it. Alright, so we're going to hang out just a little bit more. We're going to switch back over to just taking a look at the Squirtle here as we wait for more people to roll in. I do want to say I've discovered a bit of a flaw in my initial plan. My idea was I wanted to focus on getting specially bred Pokemon of the starters for the upcoming remakes of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I gotta remember, Game Boy Advance SP Shining Pearl. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I was going to get starters for them. I also want to try to breed up special starters for the Pokemon Legends Arceus coming out as well. Is that still later this year or is that next year? I don't know. But here's the problem. I want to be able to get, like, say, hidden abilities, really unique egg moves, perfect IVs for what they'd be going for, the proper nature and such. So my initial idea was I was going to be doing a lot of trading on the Sun and Moon GTS, because I don't have, again, access to Gen 8 just yet. I'll be doing breeding in the Gen 7 games of the Alola region. And if I don't have the specific thing I need, like a hidden ability, certain egg moves to breed down, I was going to go onto the GTS, do some finagling, see if I can get the Pokemon I need for breeding purposes, and use that to prepare the giveaway Pokemon. However, as I was preparing to get a set of Piplup ready for breeding purposes, I kept trying to do some trades in the GTS, and this particular trainer name kept popping up, and my game would not lag, it would just completely freeze. I would have to power down the system. So this happened multiple times. I went into Google and did a search to see if anyone else was having a problem like this. As it turns out, for whatever reason, there are certain people that have been using the Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun Ultra Moon GTS to upload hacked, corrupted Pokemon that if your game accesses them, it can break your save file. And I am not risking all the effort I put in through all the generations beyond, before Gen 7, right up to this point, on getting a hacked, broken Pokemon that will destroy my system. Not my system, I guess, but my game. So, I am limited in what I can provide. Now, as far as what I initially thought, like you say, the starters, I got a plethora of hidden ability, decent stat Pokemon I can do some breeding for. But I know, for example, Piplup, I don't have a hidden ability Piplup or any of its line, so I will not be able to breed the hidden ability for any Piplup that I prepare. Until I get to a Switch, Gen 8, I can do some breeding there to try to, get caught up. But I think for the time being, I'm going to focus on as many of the starters as I can safely safely breed up partners for, and we'll roll from there. Once I've exhausted that supply, I'll go and see what else I can breed up. Alright, let me get caught up on the chat for a moment. Dazzling Shell says, Rain Dish can be useful if a Dynamax water type uses max water move, because that does set up the rain. There's a bunch of ways you can set the rain. So, Rain Dish is definitely very useful. More so than Torrent, I guess, because Torrent you got to be almost knocked out to really benefit from it. But even if... So, do Gigantamax Pokemon change abilities? If you have a Rain Dish Blastoise, does it have a different ability when it Gigantamaxes into Gigantamax Blastoise? See, I'm not too familiar with how the Gigantamaxing works. All I know is with Mega Evolution, which is kind of what these Squirtle were prepared for, your ability does change to something specific, like Mega Launcher for Blastoise, for example, so Rain Dish is kind of out of the picture anyway. But still, as far as getting the Pokemon to the point of Mega Evolution or Dynamaxing, I wanted to get as much unique possibilities on them as I could. Alright, let's see. Mr. Sharkfight says you were busy between Pokemon Go research as well as some election stuff. Dazzling Shell asks, have I been doing this special research for the Season of Mischief lately? I have, and it's funny how we go through like one set of tasks and then Willow's like, oh, I gotta research more. So, it's kind of pacing us, which is totally fine. It's just I go in expecting maybe, 2 or 3 sets of tasks, but no. But there's still another 5 more special featurettes, I guess, coming up over the Season of Mischief, so Professor Willow can take his time. We'll get to it eventually. Dazzling Shell says, look, the only way to trade Pokemon in Pokemon Home is through the mobile version. Really? How can you not trade through the Switch? That's crazy. Landon is asking, how do I friend you? So here's what you do. Go to your main page. It's at the top. It says Your Room. There's a Friends handshake button at the top. Just click on that. See if I have any requests coming in. Not just yet, but you go to Add Friend, the green button at the top. You can either type in the code that I've got down here by right here where I'm tapping on this. You can see if it gets darker. You can tap here to enter the code manually, or you can try this bottom button, Scan Code Pattern, and see if you can scan the QR code that is right down here. I do need to make these more visually distinct, I suppose, so you know what those codes are for. But yeah, you can send me a friend request by using those, and let me know in the chat what your trainer name is here in Pokemon Home so I know who to add in confirmation. So, you don't need to worry about that just yet, though, because the idea is, in a moment, I think we'll do our first trade room, or room trade. So I click on this, and I'll do create a trade room. I choose if it's visible or just the Pokeball, and then I'll put up the code on screen, so you can either type in the code or scan that QR code. I don't know, should I keep this one here then? I might want to move that. Or no, you'll see the code in the game screen for the trade room. So I think that should work out fine. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do, just to try to separate these QR codes and keep them from overlapping, I'll do that. Oh, that hides the Pokeball. Again, I'll get this touched up eventually to make it look all nice and fancy. I'm just going to cancel this for a moment. So, what you would do is, once I have the code on screen, I never know which way to point anymore. Once my code is on screen for the trade room, you would go to either join via a trade room ID where you type in the number, or click on join via a code pattern, and your phone camera should open up. You can just scan whatever code you see on screen. So that should be the simple way to take care of that. So as I say, what we're going to do, I'll do a room trade. As many people as possible can jump in, and my Squirtle will go off to one of the people that are in the room trade, and then I'll get another Pokemon back from someone else, and that someone else, I'm going to open up a personal trade back and forth, as long as you have added me using my codes down here, and we'll do a person-to-person trade, which I can only do 10 of per day. There is a limit, but if there's a Pokemon you need for your Pokedex, and if I have it, we're good. I'll probably say maybe a 5-minute time limit to decide, just so that we don't waste too much time when other people want to do room trades. Alright, let's see. Dazzling Shell says, you have a very funny feeling about how to evolve Inkay in Pokemon Go. I basically know how to do it. It's not working yet. I don't have enough candy, but I basically know how to do it. They said if you've played through Pokemon X and Y, you basically know how to do it. So we'll see. Alright, so without further ado, actually let's go back see if any requests have come in. No new requests just yet, but as I say, worry not, because even if you are not on my friends list, you should still be able to scan the room code once we open up Room Trade. So we're going to do that right now. Create a trade room. We'll do visible, so we can all see which Pokemon are being sent around. Room Trade is open, and the codes are on screen. You can either type in the number code, the number right up here, or try to scan the QR code. I can't, my face is hidden. Scan the QR code with your phone. Alright. And Landon, I did explain how to add a friend in the game. Maybe just scroll back earlier in the stream and follow the steps there. It's right on your main screen. Just find the handshake button at the top, and you can add in a friend that way. So we'll see if we get people. So the way this does work, we did test this in the previous stream. There's a timer counting down at the top. We got 50 seconds left. That is for when the room basically stops adding new people. Then we have another, I think, minute and a half to choose which Pokemon is going to be traded. So right now, I'm the only one in the trade room. Of course, if we don't have enough people, this won't work as well. Especially, imagine if we only get one person in the trade room, so we automatically trade back and forth. And if that does happen, then yes, I will still offer that person a Pokemon of their choosing, provided I have it in my collection. There is someone in here with us. Okay. We got 15 seconds remaining. There is a 30-second delay from what I do until you see it, is the thing. Oh, we got 3 people. All right. So I think this code comes off screen automatically once we're ready. It does. Okay. So I'm going to click up here, click on my YouTube tag, choose one of my Squirtle Shelbert, and we'll pop that in there for a random trade. So we have Antonio BP and Danny Bourne's 7. And again, feel free to offer up whatever you feel like. So this comes down to random chance, of course, because you can't guarantee who gets what. But that's why whoever gets the Squirtle, I want the other person to have a chance to choose what they want. Again, excluding legendaries, mythicals, shinies. I might eventually, if I have a bunch of spares of such things, offer those as a special trade room kind of thing, special live stream. But for the time being, I don't have enough of those to go around. Let's see. Dazzling Shell, you say currently you're using your phone to watch this, so you can't do both. You can't scan the QR thing at the same time. I wonder if you'd be able to... You should be able to type in the code, actually. Because, yeah, you can add you can join the room either by scanning QR code or just typing in the, what is that, 12-digit number. So if you could somehow maybe just copy that on a piece of paper, or like if you have a computer notepad open, you can just type it in there. That could be a way to do it. Landon says that the friending doesn't work. Is it, maybe it's if you have the free version of Pokemon Home, you can't add friends? I'll have to look into that to be sure. And the problem is sometimes, as we just saw, people get kicked out of the trade room. That is their server's fault, not the person. It's, is this Game Freak technically? I don't know. It's the server's fault that randomly boots people out. That cannot be controlled, unfortunately. Alright, so we sent out our Squirtle. I think we're getting a Bidoof back from what I saw. But hopefully the Squirtle will do well on your adventures. And that is Danny Bourne's 7. So, whoever's watching, if Danny Bourne's 7 is in the chat, send me a friend request. We're going to end for now. Using my codes on screen, either the QR code or the number code. And I can offer you a Pokemon that you might need for your Pokedex. We have a request. There's Danny Bourne's right there. Just the one. Alrighty. We'll confirm. And open up a trade request. So, we'll need to know in the chat which Pokemon you're looking for. Again, if I have it. Or no, before we actually do the trade request, I'm going to back out. I'm going to wait and see in the chat. Again, I'll say about 5 minutes. Whoever DannyBorn7 is, let me know in the chat and which Pokemon you might want to pick up for Pokedex entry purposes. I'll just back out to here. So, you're on the free version, says Landon. Friending doesn't work. Let me do a little bit of sleuthing. I'm abandoning the chat briefly. I'm going to go to... Let's see if I can look up just... Pokemon. I'm going to do a Google search. Pokemon. Where is it? Where's my Google? There's my Google. Okay. Pokemon Home free version restrictions. Or no, there is free versus paid. I'm going to check out what this has to say. Okay, free versus premium features. You can't see what I'm doing. Just bear with me here, though. I got to accept cookies? I like cookies, they're tasty. Alright, it is a cloud-based service. You can store Pokemon. You know all that. I have ad blocker? Alright, forget this. Go back. Let's go to somewhere else that I can actually read something. Actually, here's a simple question. What is the difference between Pokemon Home Free and Premium? Free versus Premium. Unlike Pokemon Bank, Home wins a free service with an optional premium tier with additional features. Alright, let me click on this. No, that's what I just clicked on. It wouldn't let me read. Let me check out this page. Can I read this? Okay, where are the difference? Where are the difference? Where are the differences? Alright, so... with the basic version, you can hold 30 Pokemon. Premium lets you hold 6,000 Pokemon. Okay, room trade, you can participate on the basic version. Does it say friend? It says, okay, so the differences are moving Pokemon from Pokemon Bank. You can't do that with basic, but the premium you can. The number of Pokemon to be held, 30 for basic, 6,000 for a premium. Number of Pokemon that can be placed in the Wonder Box at once, 3 for basic, 10 for premium. GTS, you can place 1 for basic, 3 for premium. The room trade, for basic you can only participate, but for the premium you can participate and host. And the judge function, you don't have it in basic, but you do have it in premium. It doesn't say anything about limiting friends. Unless... Okay, let's see here. What's different between Switch and mobile versions? Each has some unique functionality. Only the Switch version of Home is compatible with Switch games, of course. Switch version also allows you to exchange Pokemon Home points for battle points. Okay, let's see here. So, on the Switch version, you can move Pokemon between Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, move with Sword and Shield, move with Bank, and judge Pokemon. You can trade in both. How do you trade through Pokemon Home? As previously mentioned, the mobile version of Pokemon Home offers you the ability to trade. The service features 4 different trading options: Global Trade System, or GTS, the Wonder Box, the Room Trade, and Friend Trade. Let's see what Room Trade says. It allows you to set up a room to trade with other players who join. Rooms can host up to 20 players, and you don't know which Pokemon you receive until they're complete, the trades. All Pokemon Home users can join rooms, but only those who have a premium plan can create one. That makes sense. Finally, Friend Trade allows you to trade Pokemon directly with other players you've registered on your Pokemon Home friends list. Oh, I see. Okay, so the Pokemon Company notes, the features related to adding and managing friends in Pokemon Home can't be used by users under the age of 16, for safety purposes, I would presume. So that is an unfortunate issue. See, bear with me. This is basically trial run training wheels, let's call it, of how to do this kind of a feature on the channel. So if there is a limit on which players can do this, that is unfortunate. I'll probably want to make a note somewhere on my layout just to say users must be 16 and up to be able to access. So I guess I could do this as like a... I dislike the thought of having an age-restricted thing on my channel, but it might be wise for me to do that to make sure that nobody gets disappointed by joining in on this. These kind of live streams, I should say. Alright, well, I've learned some things. So as you say, you don't have the button that says friends. It must be because of the age limit. That is unfortunate, as I say. And there's probably no way to get around that. Someday maybe I'll get a Switch. We can do actual trades through that, but for the time being, I am limited to just Pokemon Home. Okay, so I haven't seen any response from anybody who happens to go by the name of Danny Bones. So I think we'll hold off on... I think that's been 5 minutes, hasn't it? What I'm going to do... So... Landon, so I don't think... Of course, you don't have the option for the friends, so you can't link up directly with me, unfortunately, but you can still jump in on these room trades. I think you should be able to. Either premium version or the free version says you can participate. So we're going to open up another one of our trade rooms. We're going to just roll forward with the idea here. Create a trade room. So again, if you are watching this on your actual device that you have Pokemon Home on, take a note of the trade room code. Just like grab a piece of paper, jot it down, and then go into Pokemon Home. Or wait. Yeah, you're going to see it on screen. Where am I pointing at? You're going to see the code on screen over here. So, make a note, jump back into your Pokemon Home, and join the trade room based on that code. It's been a little bit of a workaround, unfortunately, but we are limited by the technology of our time. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll keep them visible again. I'll open up this next room trade and put our code up right away. So again, this is going to be, like I said, a free-for-all. If you've already jumped in on a room trade earlier, feel free to jump in again. You might get another Squirtle, perhaps. And for people that get booted out, thanks to the servers being all booty, maybe you'll have a second chance of jumping on in. Alright, so we're waiting 67 seconds for the room to finish populating. Dazzling Shell says, I don't think you can trade on the Switch version. It says you can. Let me scroll back. Now, do you see the option to join room? Wait a minute. No! Why can't you trade? You're right. It says here, the Nintendo Switch version, you can't trade? What's the sense of that? Alright, let me reread this. While many of the service's features are available across both platforms, each has some unique functionality. The mobile version, meanwhile, offers the ability to trade and receive exclusive mystery gifts. On top of that, the mobile version displays more detailed information about a Pokemon, such as abilities, what moves it is able to learn. You can use the mobile version to check news updates as well as battle data for Sword and Shield's online competitions. Okay, so in order for this kind of idea to work, you're probably going to need to download the mobile version. I left my own trade room. Maybe there wasn't enough people. You'll need to download the mobile version of Pokemon Home. If you've already have a plan, you shouldn't need to get another plan. Like, you should be able to connect to your previous plan, I would think. I would hope. But even if you just download the free version, you can still join a room trade. This is weird. Alright, we're going to hold off on the next room trade for a little bit. I'm going to show you also the process I go through basically to decide which Pokemon to prepare for these kind of ideas. So, where is my other screen? I think I'm going to be blocked a little bit. So, given that Rowlet is one of the starters in Pokemon Legends Arceus, what I do when I'm choosing which Pokemon, or when I choose a Pokemon, what I do, the process to decide what attacks to give it, although I'm not a fan overall of Smogon rules, because, you know, they ban certain things. Like, they basically say accuracy shouldn't be part of the game, which I don't think makes sense. if you're going to use a powerful move, you should have a chance to fail it, I feel, because that's basically how the game is programmed. But regardless of all that, I do realize a lot of people do use Smogon rules. Smogon or Smogon? I'm going to say Smogon. And, you know, people would be looking for Pokemon of certain movesets, abilities, IV spreads, and such. So I always do consult Smogon to see what attacks do they recommend. So, for example, this is a Nasty Plot recommendation for Decidueye. They say Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, Leaf Storm, and Roost. Also, it does let you know what tier it's in. Apparently, it's never used, or underused, or monotype. Why is it monotype? It's dual typing. Anyways, so they're recommending these moves here. I'll usually scroll through and see, are there any overlapping attacks? Like Roost is recommended twice here for defensive defog. And offensive defog, Roost again. I think U-turn's been used a couple times there. So I essentially take a look through what all the recommended types, movesets are for the Pokemon, and I'll decide which attacks do I want to breed onto it. Now, if it has something like, say if Leaf Storm is a breedable attack, then I'm going to have the parents know Leaf Storm. At least one of them have that to pass it down. But if it's a move that it can learn naturally, like I think maybe Nasty Plot, maybe not, but a TM attack, for example, Roost can be taught from TM. Shadow Ball, at least they could back in Gen 7. I don't know about Gen 8, but any move that can be taught through TM, I don't tend to breed for it because I like trying to get as many unique attacks as possible. So if I give you a Rowlet with, let's just say, I don't know, say Aerial Ace, Leafage, let's just say a couple attacks. I know they learn them anyway, but you can easily replace those moves using TMs for things such as Shadow Ball or Roost. Now, giving more varied types of attacks lets you, the viewer, you the receiver of this Pokemon, choose which attacks you want to keep. Essentially, from what I understand, if you breed a Pokemon with an egg move, it should retain the fact that it had that egg move at one point. You can then heart scale that back on. At least that is what it did in Gen 7. But you can TM Shadow Ball over, let's say if Fly is a breedable move. Then you could just use your heart scale and get Fly back whenever you want. The TM is reusable, give it Shadow Ball, vice versa, back and forth. So what I'll do then, once I decide which attacks are recommended, which ones can be taught through TM, which ones can be taught through Move Tutor, I'll see what else can I give it. So from Smogon, I go over to Bulbapedia, and I take a look at their natural learn set as they level up. You can see all these different attacks that Decidueye can learn by TM, and this is a Gen 8, by TM or TR, and I'm not super familiar with TRs. Technical records, I believe they're called, and they are only one use, basically the original TMs. And I see what other attacks can it learn from the recommended movesets, so that I know I can replace that move in what I'm breeding down, because then you can easily teach it back, like let's say Solar Blade, for example. And I'll take a look and see what which Pokemon can breed which attacks. So if Defog is recommended, I see that looks like Farfetch'd. What is that? Rufflet. Its evolutions can learn Defog, pass that down, and again we'll look at the tutoring, and so on and so forth, till I decide what moves do I want to breed, and then get them ready to roll. And of course I'm working on getting the IVs ready and the abilities and such as well. Alright, that's enough rambling. Let's get back to our chat, see if I've missed anything. Oh, Danny B. Okay, so you are Danny Borns. So which Pokemon do you need for your Pokedex? Let me know. Again, I don't have enough Legendaries, Shinies, or Mythicals to go around, but if there's anything you want for your Pokedex or breeding, I can see if I can get a decent stat such and such for you. Let me know which Pokemon you'd be looking for. And Dazzling Shell will be RB. Alright, so we'll hold out here for a few minutes. I'm going to take this off screen. Where is it? Right there? Okay. So we'll go back to our default layout. So I still have a number of Squirtle to go. So I'm going to give Danny B a few moments to decide which Pokemon you might want to see. I'm going to take that tag off. So, wait, what? All Pokemon. There we go. So I've got a variety of things to choose from. Don't know how interesting any of them might be, but if you request, say, let's just say Bulbasaur, I'll probably scroll through and see which ones have some of the best stats available. Because generally, I'll send up from Pokemon Go, and most of these things come from Pokemon Go. I'll send anything that is a starter, a basic that has no other evolutions, or if I find a 3-star Pokemon in Pokemon Go that I don't intend to keep, I usually upload that into Pokemon Home and available to drop in the Wonder Box and just trade those out, for example. Excuse me for clearing my throat as always. Or if you just need like a Charizard. I got a few Charizard. Another limitation I'll say though, I do want to hang on to 2 of a species, so with 3 Charizard I can trade 1. I do not have Spectrier, and that is I believe, legendary or mythical, and they're off the table for this random kind of stream today. But yeah, I want to keep 2 of a species. For example, if there's something I'm looking for, and they want a Charizard, I want to kind of keep 1 for my collection, but I'll have a second one available to trade for what I'm looking for, and anything in excess of 2 is on the table for trades. Alrighty, anything else to really mention as far as this goes? I don't think so. But as I say, once I start doing some breeding... Look at all the Pikachu I've sent up. Anybody want a Pikachu? Got a lot of Pikachu. Look at those attacks. But anything I do breed up specifically, like for example, I'm going to probably aim for that Rowlet, because I do have, what is it? Long Reach Hidden Ability Rowlet I can breed in Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm gonna try to breed a full box of decent stat ones over the course of the month, and the first of each month, maybe not on the exact first day, but the first week or so, I'm gonna have a members exclusive live stream where members of the channel get first dibs to jump in on these room trades, or just straight up person to person trades. And then anything remaining in that box after the stream is done, I'll do another one of our kind of public streams here where anybody who can jump into the room trade has a chance at it. I just want to double check. Okay, we're good there. Alright, so you're going to trade a perfect Mewtwo. Well, I don't need that. I'd say hang on to that for somebody that actually wants it. I, essentially, will just say, send me a Pidgey. Send me a Caterpie. A basic whatever is all I'm looking for. I should mention that too. I'm not looking for anything in particular, just whatever you feel like sending over. So if someone, definitely someone can get better use out of a Mewtwo like that than I will, save it for them. And Spectrier is not for offer right now. So for right now, we're just going to pop into another room trade here. Let's just open up another room. We'll see if anyone else wants to jump on in. We'll do visible. And we'll keep this code on screen. I'm only going to stream for like another maybe 20 minutes or so, because this is, as I say, sort of... Get on there. There we go. Sort of a trial run again to see how some of these features work. So we're actually learning stuff right now where, for whatever reason, the Switch version does not let you trade. Does anybody understand why that would be a thing? I don't know. You'd think trading would be a basic function of something like this. I mean, they have it in the mobile version. But we also know that you have to have a... there's a certain age you have to be, your profile, to be able to even, interact friend-wise. There's a lot more limitations to this than I initially thought. So I don't know how this will go. Dazzling Shell is back. Welcome back. So we got someone else in the trade room. Let's see if it boots anybody out. We've got 25 seconds remaining to see if we stay in. And the thing is, too, even if we make it to the second part of choosing a Pokemon, sometimes that doesn't even matter. People can still get booted at any time. I don't know. Is it just because maybe their servers are overworked? If that's the case, you'd think they'd want to invest in some better servers. 3, 2... So there's still one person in here with me. Do we go? We are good. Wait! Nope! I'm booted out of my own trade room. We'll try this a few more times tonight, maybe. I might try one of these streams once or twice more. If this kind of thing keeps happening, though, I'm going to basically say this is a failed attempt at a new series. Because their equipment is not capable of handling my YouTube channel, apparently. We're too big for them. Alrighty. Let's just scroll on back over here and get our fancy Squirtle back up. Wait a minute, hang on. Oh, create label. I was going to say, what did that button up there say? I'll just put this back on screen. See, I'd like to be able to... Like, the idea was initially me taking the role of a professor from the games where I provide you a starting Pokemon. And I like the idea of giving you very unique stuff, like I said, special egg moves, hidden ability, good IVs, and then you can tailor that how you like through EV training, TMs, and such. But with the limitations that we're seeing here, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, at least not reliably. Alright, and of course there is the limitation of certain people being able to have friends. I get it's for safety purposes, but it is going to, unfortunately, you know, cause a bit of a hindrance here. Well, I need to know which Pokemon you want to get other than a mythical or legendary, Danny B, or Danny P, because if I don't have what you're looking for, then we're just going to waste time sitting in the trade room. Or a friend trade, I guess. Now, the thing is, too, it doesn't show me when I have a request coming in, which I feel they should update. Okay, I don't see it here, but I've had that before in the previous stream where someone would send me a trade request, and I don't see it. Like, it doesn't put a little notification on screen. And that's kind of annoying. So there's nothing here. Oh, there is. Okay. So let's see. We can just activate this. But again, I don't know what you're looking for yet that I have available. So I'll have to wait and see what you say. And do we have a time limit? Don't quit yet. No, there is no time limit. So we'll wait here for a moment. We'll see what you need to get. And Dazzling Shell says, sorry if you didn't respond back when that first raid last week. Oh, you did catch the Lugia. Oh, nice. Was it a shiny or decent stat by any chance? Yeah, that was such a bad attempt at the raids. That's why I didn't do one this week, because I couldn't provide the Pokemon reliably. And I really don't like when I waste people's remote raid passes. Now, as I say, though, this or just today, actually, was the Lugia raid hour, the second one. Starting next Wednesday is when I should have Azelf raids available to offer up. So we'll be trying to do another live stream for that, maybe even just as some pop up randomly, and if I'm home, I'll just do one of my usual unplanned live streams, get as many people together as we can all around the world to get yourselves a region-locked Azelf in Pokemon Go. And they should be a lot easier to take down than a Lugia, I'll tell you that much. Okay, I don't see anything specifically chosen just yet. I'm going to back out for now. But I think that offer might still remain open, or if not, we can, of course, set up another trade offer in just a bit. So I'm going to just go ahead. Let's just try another one of our random room trades, see if this actually works. It is based off how many people are watching, too. I know that. So if we only have like 1 or 2 people watching, only 1 or 2 people can jump into the trade room. If the game lags 1 or 2 people out, then the whole room kind of just implodes in on itself, because there's not enough people to do the trades. So let's leave this open for the full, another 67 seconds remaining. By the way, who is watching the What If series on Disney Plus, the Marvel Studios What If series? Because they just had a new episode today, and it was all about zombies. It's kind of freaky. I watched that. I could have stayed up until, I think it's like 4 in the morning is when new episodes release. And I'm like, I'm not staying up till 4 in the morning to watch a zombie show. Not that I'm scared. But I wanted to get some sleep, and I thought I can just watch it in the morning anyway. But I want to be more interested in the What If series. But it's kind of hard because I don't know which ones are going to be like a continuous story or affect anything. They have said that some of the What If episodes will possibly move into the live action, and that's kind of what I'm more interested in, because that's the the flowing story, the continuous story, where a 1 episode What If could just end. So it's like it's hard to get involved in that if it's not going to go anywhere. Alright, so... Oh, we do have someone in the trade room. Cool. I thought we didn't have anyone by the end of it. And who did jump on in? Oh, we've got Dazzling Shell. Oh, also Danny Bones. Dana P is back in as well. So now, let's hope no one gets booted. Which is what usually happens. Are you setting the Squirtle back? Can I see it? I can tap it. I can hear the sound, but I can't look at it. Oh, well. But we'll see who gets what. And Star Raptor being offered by Garen77. So again, as I say, whoever sends the Pokemon to me, and of course it's random, so there's no guarantee of who or what, but whoever does send one to me is the person that I'll offer a direct trade with if I have something that you're looking for. And again, for today at least, probably most streams, Legends, Mythicals, and Shinies are not going to be available because I can't guarantee having them. 30 seconds left on this trade. Let's hope no one gets the boot. I wonder if chatting does anything. I found sometimes if I throw a little chat message, like just that, tap the little balloon or speak bubble, whatever, sometimes that keeps me active and I don't get booted. Other times I'm sure I get booted anyway. I'm talking about like the random rooms that I've done. Let's see. Alright. Seems to be good. So we're sending this Shelbert off to Dazzling Shell. Hopefully, did you get one last time? I can't remember. Not that it matters if you have gotten one before. I'm still offering them up. No, what would you call it? No questions asked, basically. But I believe this should mean that I should get one back from Danny Bones once again. And I got Shelbert right back. You didn't want Shelbert? He's got egg moves. He's got good IVs. If nothing else, these are good breeding Pokemon as well. Okay, we'll end this. And that's another chance if Dana P would like to request a standard Pokemon for Pokedex or something. What is this? I completed a challenge. Host room tree. Oh, okay. I can keep doing that and getting this medal. What do we get for this? Green, blue... Okay, I got red, blue, and then green. If only those actually did something more. I mean, you can decorate your room, which... What does my room even look like? Yeah, it's pretty messy. I just threw a bunch of stickers in there. But I guess it's okay. I should really tidy that up, though. Alright, so we're down to... Now, does it keep that tag? No, it doesn't. Okay. So, that's fine. So I know that once it's been traded out, the tag is removed. At least I think. I'll go back to all Pokemon and go recent. Yeah, there's no tags on it right now. I'm talking these over here. You can choose which... Not tags, labels, I guess. But it's still got those amazing stats. Okay, so we'll leave it here for a little bit. Nice shiny Magikarp holding down the fort. And I'll do one more room trade in a few minutes. We'll see if we can get one more Squirtle, one more Shelbert sent out to someone that might be able to make use of a potential Gigantamax Blastoise. I initially, when Sword and Shield first came out, I will say I was on the side of bring back National Dex. Not even really that. I don't mind there not being a National Pokedex to add things to. I just didn't like that a lot of the Pokemon I've built up since Gen 3 would not be able to enter Sword or Shield because they don't come from the Galar Pokedex. So I'm talking like, say, my Sandslash, who's been through so many contests to get all these ribbons. He was not going to be able to continue on into Galar, which I think he still can't. As far as I know, Sandshrew and Sandslash have not been added to the Galar Pokedex, which is a bummer. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, it also turns out that you couldn't Gigantamax certain Pokemon unless you caught them in a Gigantamax encounter. Now, if I had my Blastoise, Sheldon, for example, that I brought into Sword or Shield, and he could not Gigantamax, I would feel like just... I wouldn't say cheated, but shortchanged, I guess. Like, I like the idea of all the Pokemon I built up along the way to be able to continue their adventures with what's happening in the current generation. And they wouldn't have been able to. Now, they have introduced Gigantamax Soup, or is it just Max Soup, I think? In one of the DLCs, which does let you add Dynamax or Gigantamax capabilities to previous Pokemon. So that was cool. Dana P, which Pokemon do you need for your Pokedex? And we can accept that friend trade request. In the meantime, let's just bring up our Squirtles once again. So let's say in about 5 minutes I'll do one final room trade, and then I'll take my knowledge of how this stream went and the limitations that we've discovered and decide how to roll forward with this kind of series. Because it is, unfortunately, not as simple as I was expecting. So I'm just going to do one double check here. So the feature of the Switch version for trading, the Switch version lets you move Pokemon through Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. You can't on the mobile version. I mean, that makes sense because you can't access those games on mobile. Same thing with Sword and Shield. But with Pokemon Bank, both versions let you send Pokemon up. And the Judge feature is available on both versions. Now, you can't, again, for whatever reason on the Switch, you can't trade Pokemon, you can't receive mystery gifts, you can't check battle data, you can't check the news. So I guess that is encouragement to get Pokemon Home for both your Switch and your mobile version. Because you'll be able to have access to all features as long as you do have your, I'm assuming, a premium plan? You must, because you need premium plan to be able to access Pokemon Bank. So that's what they're saying. Okay, so these are premium options. And welcome back again, Dazzling Shell. So it says, how do you trade through Pokemon Home? I'm just going to take some time to read this. I know you can't see it. Actually, you know what? No, it's a different window. Wait, can I pull some magic here? Can I do this? Am I breaking the internet? I did it! Okay, we can see this together. How do you trade through Home? As mentioned, the mobile version offers you the ability to trade. The service features 4 trading options. So the GTS lets you search for a Pokemon you want, trade back what they're asking for. Wonder Box is the surprise trade feature in Sword and Shield. You put a Pokemon in the Wonder Box. It's traded for a random one offered by another player doing the Wonder Box. Limitation is based off of what service you have, free or premium, based on how many you can put in. Room Trade lets you set up a room trade. You can host 20 people, and Friend Trade lets you trade directly. So yeah, there's no access at all for trading, which I don't get for the Switch version. Trading's always been a major part of the Pokemon series. How would they do? How dare they do this? It's so weird. Okay, can I move this back to, where is it? No, what? I'm breaking the internet. Or did I already do that? It's broken. Alright. Good to know. So you want a level 100. Do I even have any of those? I'll have to take a look. See, let's go back to our all Pokemon. I should be able to search based on level, I think. Do they not even let you search for levels? Original trainer, shiny form. Yeah. How is that not an option? Is there a sort feature? Can I sort by level? I don't think so. Wow, this is limited. Or can I search by level? There we go. Okay, sort by level. You're level 100. You're level 100. Okay, so what do we see is not level 100? 65. 68. Level 70. So I don't have a lot of level 100s. And if I do have any, these would just be random ones I picked up through, say, Wonder Trades and such. There's a level 98 Tyrogue in my Pokebox. I don't think this would be tradable. This is mythical. And I got this from Pokemon Home. Wait a minute. Okay, the original trainer is Home. I see. So they... Did they give this at level 100? I know they gave this out for a special feature, a special update in Home. I think I did get one, but why would they give it at level 100? Part of the fun is training stuff up. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of level 100 options. I'm going to say, still hang on to your Mewtwo, because someone else will make better use of it. Because anything that I get is basically stuck in my Pokemon Home, because I don't have a game to send it to. Let's bring back up the YouTube. What am I looking at? I was going to think, should I tag or label the Pokemon that are level 100? Probably not. There's only a few of them. Let's go back to all and just sort by. I'll keep it recent for stuff that has just been loaded in. Now, what Pokemon are even tradable back into Sword and Shield? Can Froakie go? I wonder. No. Why do they do that? Okay, you say Suicune. Was there a level 100 Suicune? There was indeed. Okay, we can do that one. Let's go to Friend Trade. Let's see where you're at right there. There we go, hit trade. I thought it was lagging out for a second. So I want Suicune or Flygon. So I'm assuming this just lets me pick one. Wasn't there a version that lets you choose 3? I think that might have been black and white. I could put 3 options and then the other person could choose which one they wanted. I don't know if that's a thing here. Given the limitations, I'd say it probably isn't doable. So I'll first offer the Suicune. But if you want the Flygon, let me know, and I can switch that out. So I am ready if you are. And you are ready, okay. So Suicune being sent off to Danny Borns. Hopefully this will do you well, and this may be adding a new page to your Pokedex too. And thank you for the Mewtwo. It may be offered back in exchange for a trade. And I know I said we weren't going to do legendaries today, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just at least do one trade before I end off the stream, just to say we accomplished something. So, Suicune for Mewtwo. Not bad. Alright, so I'm going to end off with one more room trade to send out one more Shelbert. So that does take, as you can see, down here, friend trade is now down to 9, so I am limited to 10 per day, which would, again, be another hindrance in this idea for live streaming. But we got to work with what the game gives us. Alright, so let's do one more final room trade. Let's create a trade room. I'll put my code on screen if anybody wants to jump in on this one. We'll do one more Squirtle, and then we'll end off the stream. And I'll take our knowledge from what has happened today to consider how should this series continue. I might even make this a members exclusive thing. Unless we start getting, like, I'll give it maybe another like couple months or so. But if we don't get enough, like, say, people are joining in for these public streams, then there might not be any reason to host these kind of live streams and just go with members exclusive. That's stuff I'll figure out along the way. But I do want to make those Rowlet. In fact, I want to double check what attacks they should get. That's part of the fun for me. Like, I guess I could breed one for myself, but it's more a matter of giving you folks something cool. And what we were doing back in the Sun and Moon days, which okay, if and when I get a Switch, we can reimagine or reinitialize the viewer battles in the main series. Because one of the fun things there was I would breed really cool Pokemon in exchange for just battles. Basically, it was like exchange a Pokemon for you providing content for the channel through battling. But then I would say, okay, so the end of season, which is about, say, 6 different Pokemon, I would then make a team of those 6, and we'd have an epic showdown where I'm using like max stat Pokemon, because I would usually just basically use my standard Pokemon that are not max IVs and stuff. Yeah, we didn't get enough people, or any people, for that room trade. Alright, so we will end off this stream here. as I said, I'm going to consider possible options on how to make this work better. Because the limitations right now, you can only trade in the mobile version, which itself I guess is fine, because if you have an account, you should be able to access it through either Switch or mobile. But the problem is, if you're watching the stream on your device, your mobile device, then you might not as easily be able to join the trade rooms. Unless, as I say, you mark the code off screen and then come back into home, type it in. I got some thinkings to do. Anyway, with that, I want to say thanks everybody for hanging out today, and essentially, as I said the past couple streams, being my guinea pigs to help me test this idea and figure out how things go. And we have at least learned stuff today. So again, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching, folks, and participating. Professor Chaz is signing off, and if you want to see some more content from Professor Chaz, click on the channel and take a look at the other videos that are on there. And if you want to see any other content in the future, feel free to subscribe if you are not currently subscribed. Alright, stay tuned for a potential Rowlet Day, trade day, coming up in a few weeks if I can do some cool breeding, get some cool egg moves, and some IVs on there with a hidden ability of long reach, which means you do not make physical contact even if you're using a physical contacting move. Which, how does that even work? It's like Go-Go Gadget arms, but you're still touching them. I don't know. Anyway, thanks again for watching. And hey, Sailor Pika, welcome to our stream as we're ending off, actually. I've done some more testing of the live stream. If you watch, go back and watch the entire thing. You'll see we came across some hiccups, some snags. In summary, let's just say, to be able to access the... My chair just fell apart. That's fine. To access the friends aspect of Pokemon Home, you cannot be under 16 years of age. Which, again, I understand is for protection, protection purposes for the young ones, so not really going to say that's a bad thing. But you do need to have a certain minimum age to be able to access the friends. You can't trade using the Switch version. You need a mobile version, which is odd. And what else did we learn? I've already forgotten. I'll review this perhaps, maybe. Probably won't, but I got the big ideas in mind anyway. Alright, with that said, thanks again for hanging out, folks. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good evening, or good day, or good morning, or good whatever it is in your neck of the woods, and take care.